Hello, everyone. This is Orlando from My Collector's Dream. We are live. Just going out for a walk today. Thought I'd go ahead and talk a little bit. Just hanging out with nature. Don't have anybody on yet. That's all right. Just enjoying the scenery. Hey, Peter. Beautiful day here in South Florida. It's about 75 degrees. You can see it's just a nice sunny day here. Just decided to go out for a walk and go live. Hey, Barry. Good morning. No card show, unfortunately. In South Florida, there aren't many card shows. I got to go a little bit further up to the West Palm Beach area and then up in the Tampa, Orlando area. That's where a lot of the card shows are. 40 degrees, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just here walking in a t-shirt. Oh, you're in South Florida? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I won't tell you exactly, or you're West Palm. I'm south of you. I'm way south of you. I'm near Fort Lauderdale. I'm in the South Broward area. So that's where I'm at. Good morning, Sean. Just wanted to go out for a walk, enjoy a little bit of nature here. It's just a beautiful day. So I figured I'd go ahead and been walking for a little while. I figured I'd go ahead and go live and just talk a little bit. I try to cover most of the card shows, but it's just most of them are at least a couple hours drive from me. You know how long Florida is there. So I do go to the next weekend. I will be at the Fort Lauderdale card show. Gators. I don't see any gators here now, but yeah, you got to be careful. Beware. It says no trespassing, no swimming in lake. So, and these are catch and release. There's a lot of fish in there, but it's all you got some bass and stuff like that. I've got a couple that are about 2.5, 3 foot long, so not too bad. The lake goes all the way around. Well, the only really card show that runs consistently here in South Florida is the Fort Lauderdale card show, and that's every month, the first week of the month. So I'll be at that one on Saturday, this coming Saturday. And apart from that, you have some card shows that are twice a year. You have one in, hey Brian, you have one in Miami. It's mostly a modern show. It's twice a year. I don't remember the name of it. It's like I don't know. It's like Big Thing in the Holiday Inn on off of 57th Avenue there. And then you have some card shows up in Palm Beach. And if you drive about an hour and a half west from here, you could go to there's some card shows in Naples, but the card shows in Naples are pretty small. I'll go out there with Hitman sometimes, but they're not real big shows. The bigger shows happen in Central Florida, where you have the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg shows. Up there, you got the bigger shows, and that's where Lou Rock and a bunch of other guys are. Yeah, yeah, no, trust me, I'm not getting close to that. But yeah, you have to be careful. I haven't really seen gators out here. I have seen some snakes. There's something out there in the middle. So Jay, yeah, I don't see any there's no gators out there right now. But you gotta beware. But yeah, I've seen there's snakes always, you know. They're not really poisonous as long I haven't seen the poisonous ones. I know which ones they are. When you live in South Florida, you gotta you gotta kind of be aware that, hey Will, how you doing, my friend? See, Will W. Voggs, he's been to card shows with me here. He's been to the Fort Lauderdale card show with me. And his parents live down here. Not here, but up further up, I think in Boca. But yeah, that's where most of the card shows are. So here, pretty much, I mean, you know, a lot of stuff. There aren't that many. There are card shops. Go ahead and take a look at this I like. There are card shops here, but most of the card shops, again, are modern cards. That's kind of what you see. You know, I have AA Mint cards, which is really one of the better ones, and they're pretty big, but it's modern. Yeah, but just spit me right out there, Ruben. Spit me right out. Check out this side of the lake here. There's a whole bunch of lakes that all kind of intertwine together, you know. So it's kind of like, really, this is all man-made. I mean, they were there, but they kind of expanded them out and stuff, dug them up. So it is pretty deep when you get to the. So there are some nice fish here, but you know, mostly it's they're all kind of interconnected there. You do have some swans. I guess you got some swans around here. There's a lot of wildlife. I think the swans are way over there. Let's see if I can get you guys a good look at some of the swans. There they are. You check them out there. Those are some swans that are out in the area there. So anyway, I just enjoy my walk around here in nature. Usually, there's a lot of people walking around also in this area. But you know, I just kind of wanted to talk. I guess we'll talk now. I got some people in here. Talk about the hobby a little more. And you know, there was a live stream last night. I missed it, but I watched a little bit of it this morning on the for collectors on the was it Heritage Auction. And you know, I'll tell you, a lot of the cards, high end, high grade cards, are going for a lot of money. And you know, there's just like there was a rookie 1916 Babe Ruth, which you know it was a graded old grade of a seven, really was off centered, probably more like a five today. And they estimated 2.5 million, but it went for I think 1.5 million. And that hey, what's up, Tony? Great to see you, my friend. I missed the live stream last night. Just talking a little bit about it now. So you know that was surprising, but I think people now, you know, because they're focusing a little more on the card versus the grade. I think that's why that card didn't go for the price that was intended, you know. But there were other cards that were beautiful. There was a Walter Johnson, the 1916 also. It was a late night that beautifully centered. I think it was an eight, and that card went for estimated for 20 and went like for 80,000. So I think people are catching on now, you know, as to buy the card when the grade, and that's one of the reasons why I'm looking to sell some of my higher grade cards and do kind of what Adam Splendid Sports did and just you know buy down. So I'll be doing a little bit of that, I think, in Strongsville. But yeah, thanks, thanks, my friend. Thanks for being here. You caught me in a lie, yeah. But it's crazy because it's a lot of cars now are kind of, you just don't know. And even on Golden, there was a Wemby card that sold for $860,000. Wemby. I mean, come on. They estimated $1 million, but still, who would pay that? Look, somebody paid for it, obviously. Now, I don't want to criticize them, but God, crazy, you know. And for me, I think some of the rarer cards would be the ones for me to go with. It was 1928 Babe Ruth. Hey, what's up, Mookie? It was a 1928 Babe Ruth, which is the montage close up. That would have been something I would have gone for. I didn't have the money for any of that stuff. But I really think that know, yeah, for sure. So, when I look at the way I buy cards a lot of times is I just take my time, find the right card. In the past, well, a lot of the cards that I have that are higher grade were cards that I bought in collections. And that's one of the things I was going to talk about. But, what I did in the past and what I still do to really kind of build my collection is I'll buy lots. And I think the best deal of the entire auction was the 1949 Leaf partial set, which was only missing the Satchel Paige card. And I think that went for, I don't know, $50,000. And if you looked at each of the cards there, the Ruth, the Jackie was the lowest grade, but still, the Ruth, the DiMaggio, especially the tougher uh, no print, short print ones, like the Newhouser. Oh, those were pretty high grades. So that would have been something that I would have, if I would have had the money, I would have purchased that and then divvy it up, which is what I've kind of done throughout my. Yeah, the Dolby was awesome too. I think that was was it it was a high grade. I mean, they were all mid grade set, partial. Well, I call it a set, missing one card, and that's the kind of stuff that when I started my Goodwin Champion set. Yeah, 5 or 6. I was buying lots, and then I ended up eventually with over two sets of those cards because I would buy the lots, keep the better cards, sell out the rest of them, and at the end, a lot of those cards ended up being free or very very inexpensive. Now when you get to the higher grades above 5 and 6, those always go individually. You're not going to sell those in lots. But lots are a great option, because that helps you. You know, hey, what's up, Chris? I was going to talk about Strongsville too, but that's kind of one of the advice I would give somebody. If look at some of those lots, sometimes you'll find some really hidden gems. You know, like for example, that lot. If you looked at the roof, I think it was 4 or 5, great condition. That card alone, well, you can get a ton of money for, or you can keep that and sell everything else and probably recover 40, 50 grand out of the rest of the cards, especially the short prints. So just a little bit of, kind of what I do, what I've done for a long time. I build my collection that way. It's just a beautiful day here. It's not as hot, not that sunny. It's about 75 degrees. So, and I recently just bought a lot of the N162s at the last Heritage auction. And it was 5 cards. I actually gave one of them to Tony because, he's a great guy and wanted him to get that particular card because I thought he'd get a kick out of that one. The strong man. the strongest man in the world it was. So Cooter, what's up, my friend? Yeah, Bo's not on live, so I figured I'd go on live and kind of replace him. I'd like to see you do some more videos, Cooter. Yeah, you've been picking up some really, really nice little non-sports stuff. Do I own any Venezuelan cards? Very few. I've got Camilo Pascual Venezuelan, but I don't really have too many. I do have a couple of Camilo Pascual. Um, I do have, let's see. Yeah, I do have Venezuelan cards. Uh, Not all tops Venezuelan. I do have, yeah, I have Otero, the number one card in 1967 Venezuelan tops. Yeah, so I bought that lot for one card. Hey, what's up, John? What's going on, my friend? Nice picture you posted there yesterday. Appreciate that. That's fun times, man. We got to do that. We got to do that a lot more often. But yeah, so I picked up that lot from Heritage, and because one of the cards there was a 4.5, and it was the Dwight, who was the founding father of tennis. So most people didn't even realize that. And on top of that, where you headed? Just walking around right now, just taking a nice walk. But next weekend card show. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So anyway, I picked up that because nobody realized that that card, even though it was a 4.5, the highest graded was a 5, and there's only two fives, nothing higher than that. So I was looking for a card like that, but Heritage sometimes they see a card that's a 4.5 vintage or pre 19th century, they'll throw in a lot because they think 4.5 is not a good grade. So that's how I got that. And that card alone right now is worth the price of the whole lot. What's up, Stoops? By the way, Stoops, Sammy and I and Stoops are going to be on the Four Collectors uh, tonight. I think it's tonight. We're going to be with Sammy on doing some talks there. So I'll see you. I'll see you, Stoops, and we'll talk a lot about some of, I guess, the oddball stuff and all that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes there. Yeah, this is a really nice street here. All these are all oak trees. That's this elementary school there, and yeah, it's a nice walk. So I do this walk pretty much every other day, and yeah. So I did miss the live stream yesterday, but I was kind of busy doing some stuff there. I spent a long time, God, I guess over an hour with a non-YouTuber, but a friend of mine from Strongsville. Good morning, sir. But a friend of mine from Strongsville, and we are. Yeah, John's in the chat, man. That's great to have John. It's an honor, John. But yeah, we. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, that's one thing. It's about a 5 mile walk I do, But hey, you got to stay in shape. I got to be ready for all these card shows. I got to be ready for the national and Strongsville. Strongsville, they don't do much walking. I think that's why Mike Petty goes to Strongsville. Doesn't have to walk too much. Just messing with him. Petty's a great guy. But anyway, I was talking to a buddy of mine, one of the best top football card collectors, and we're going to do a video in Strongsville. And I don't want to give a lot of details, but it's going to be something that I think um, I know it's something that's never been done, some stuff that's never been shown, and something that's never been discussed or analyzed. So it's a special video that we're planning on. Yeah, you got a few card rooms, uh, John. You don't have just one room, and you also say you got an attic, and you got a few houses with cards. Hey, Michael Ham. See, we were talking about card shows. Michael Ham is one of the guys that gets to be in a place where you have card shows all the time. Every couple of weeks, you have stuff out there. You know, here in South Florida, it's really tough because there's one small show a month, and that's about it. The rest you got to drive. But where Ham's at, man, you got the Tampa card show, St. Pete, Clearwater. You know, you got Orlando. You got stuff up in Apopka. Uh, you've got card shows pretty much everywhere. You know, and that's why I like to go up there. And I'll probably end up going up there soon when I get a chance. My daughter lives up in Lakeland, so it's a great place for me to be kind of in between both, you know, Orlando and Tampa, right in the middle of Lakeland. So, yeah, that's a tough thing, Chris. 4 hour drive is a long way. And other than the Fort Lauderdale card show here, I mean, there's a Miami show twice a year, but not that great. Yeah, I got to get to that show. I'm working on trying to get to that show. So hopefully I'll be over there with you. Good morning. Yeah, there's a lot of lakes around here, and yeah, you can fish here. I was talking earlier. I've gotten some nice bass here. This is kind of all this area is all man-made lakes that all kind of intersect together. I mean, they were real lakes, but they were dug out and with houses, and they put a lot of fish in here. They stocked it with fish, and now the fish are big. This place has been here. Well, I've lived here 25 years, so there is some fish. You see, this is just one little kind of pond thing here. But in some of the other areas, they do connect. Yeah, there's some peacock bass. I think I caught like one that was about 2.5 foot, pretty big. You know, it's all you know. Of course, you got to catch and release stuff. But it's fun. And there's a few. This one's not. This area is not that great, but there's a couple of bigger lakes that really are pretty deep. So, yeah, it's a beautiful day. But I want to talk a little bit about Strongsville. I'm all set to go to Strongsville. I've got my flight. I've got my roommate, which is Rick, Rocket Rick, and uh, and I've got some plans on doing a video I was just talking about with my buddy. He's gonna bring his stuff. And this is a little bit bigger part of the link here. He's gonna bring some real special cards, and we're gonna. He's got an awesome collection, and we're gonna do a nice little good in-depth look at some of this stuff that he's got. So yeah, see, this is this area of the lake all connect all the way to the back. That goes and connects to all the other lakes around here. And yeah, you can't gotta beware. And yeah, catch and release only. Fish are not suitable for consumption. No motorized boats, which is a good thing. So no motorized boats here. It's just canoes and paddle boats and stuff like that. Maybe we can get Dylan over here to get a surfboard one day. John wants to go. Hey, hey, hey. No, like Mookie says, I'm a little too spicy for those gators. They're gonna just spit me right back out. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great time at Strongsville. I think it's gonna be, you know, what I'm planning is doing some of the stuff that, like I talked about earlier, Adam Splendid Sports did. No, freshwater. This is all freshwater. But yeah, you know, I need to downgrade onto a sports car shop. No, man, the closest sports car shop here is pretty far. It's probably about 15 miles away. But maybe I'll go there later on today. We'll see what happens. Today I'm going to be doing making a nice Cuban dinner. I'm going to make what's called carne con papas. Carne con papas is basically like a beef stew. So I'm going to make like a nice Cuban beef stew where chunks of meat, potatoes, carrots, and stuff like that in there, and some good stuff. Hey, Sports Card Queen, Melissa, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for kind of just coming on. So yeah, hey, one day. Yeah, I know. You said you got a gator back there, man. You never know. I mean, the gators do come, but I see what I see here is basically a lot of snakes and iguanas. We got some. This area, you got some athletes that live right over in this area here. This is the better part, gated, all gated over here. And one guy that used to live here before he was traded was Miguel Cabrera, and yeah, he traded like the Marlins do. He traded all the good players away. Tony Levis food. Oh, that's cool, Stu. I didn't know he made a good Cuban sandwich. Antonio Oliva, man, that's one of my Cuban guys. Yeah. So yeah, and as far as spring training, I'd like to get up to some spring training days, and most of those now are on the West Coast. You know, up in the Naples and the Lakeland, Bradenton, all that area out there, Sarasota, and of course the Yankee, uh, over in Tampa. And I think they're remodeling that place and everything. So yeah, man, Cuban coffee is the best. I had my cafe con leche early in the morning. It's just Cuban coffee with a little bit of cream in it. Mark Cuban makes sandwiches. I don't know if Mark Cuban knows how to do much lately. He's uh, he's been striking out, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, there aren't really any card shops in the area. So, but there are a lot of Cuban foods here. There's one of my favorites is La Carreta. La Carreta is one of the best ones out here. It's just they got a lot of locations, but it's a good one. There's also Sergio's, also a good place to eat, and just a lot of places. Of course, the most famous, is the sky out there. There's a lot of look. There's a lot of stuff out here, and Miami really. If you go down to the downtown and Brickell area, that area has become like Manhattan. I mean, it has become one of the higher end areas with some incredible buildings going up. Hey, you need to come over here, Ham. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Hey, Scrapbook, you going to the card show, Fort Lauderdale? Hopefully, I'll see you there. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Bo's here in the house. All right. See, Bo was not live. I know he's doing his card show, so I figured, you know what? I might as well fill in and go ahead and do my live stream today. Yeah, he's alive. I don't know. Ernie tires him out, I think, and I can't believe it. Yes, we'll see you tomorrow. I just can't believe that he's even thinking about getting another dog. All right, my friend. I'm glad you're going to be at that card show. I'll catch you over there. Picked up some good stuff uh, at the West Palm. We were there, remember? I got that John L. Sullivan 1880s CDV. But, uh, but yeah, Bo is, Ernie is driving him crazy, and Bo's thinking about getting another dog. Don't do it, my friend. Don't do it. You got too much going on with the business. And if you don't follow 1 Million Cubs Project or 99 cent at the eBay store or all the other stuff that he's got going, Uh, the card show video that he did was awesome. Skip some rocks. Let's see. We can find some rocks. Check it out. I'm pretty good at skipping rocks, actually. When I was a kid, God, I can't remember the last time I did this, but we're heading down to the water. Down to the water.